Hello, hello. Happy Sunday to everybody who are watching. I have seen Mr. Moto. He said he just came to home, and I think this is going to be a fairly smaller size group flight today, or maybe it's just me. But as we talked last week, we are in Santos Dumont in Rio, and we will be doing a GA VFR flight around Rio for some sightseeing. This place is getting crazy. As you see, it's pretty crowded and there are a lot of people around. And for today's flight I will be using the mighty 152 with the GP Logistics mod, or JP Logistics mod, which is an awesome mod for this aircraft. If you haven't checked it out, go and check it on flightsim.to. It makes this aircraft a lot more fun to fly. And I wanted a slow flow flyer so that we can do some sightseeing, and that's what I decided to use. Not sure who will be joining us today. I haven't seen any familiar names around when I look. We don't have Falcon, we don't have Arrow, we don't have Captain Magazenin or Mark or Koshik. We do have Moto here. I don't know if he will be joining, because he said he got back to home, so he might be just watching today. But we will get started, guys. So there is the 152. Let's close the doors. All right, let's turn the fuel. Well, fuel is on. Mixture full reach, throttle crack open, and we are ready to start. So battery to on, alternators on, nav lights and beacon. We'll prime the engine. Okay, so it's here hot there. It's not quite hot here. Sorry guys. It is actually rainy, Moto, in Indiana. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. Okay, we have a good engine start. We will idle around 1000 RPM. Let the engine warm up on waiting for the oil temperature and oil pressure to get back to the green. Oil temperature is, oil pressure is not quite there yet. And in the meantime, we'll turn on our avionics. We will not be using these a whole lot, but just for the fun, we will have it. We will set an altitude of 2500 on our altitude selector. We will be hand flying most of the time, but well, yeah, this is one of my favorite aircraft too, and it got better with the GP Logistics mod. They added this beautiful DME. If you haven't checked their latest revision, look at that. GP Logistics DME version 1.0, and it's great. And then you have autopilot, which this aircraft doesn't come with in default Cessna 152, but I like this aircraft. All right, so guess our engine is warm enough, and we can just turn on our taxi lights. There we go. The strobes are on. Okay. Okay, Moto, no worries, man. I mean, we'll see you next time, or you can join if you catch us mid-flight, but I will start going. And if anybody wants to join, they can join later on. Okay, the parking brake is off and we start to move immediately. We are going to take runway 02, and let me explain about what we are going to do. We are going to take runway 02. We will fly away following runway heading a little bit, and then we will turn around and come back to Sugarloaf Mountain. And after Sugarloaf, we will turn right to fly towards the Christ Redeemer statue, and then from there we will pass over the city. And maybe I can just explain it if I stop here for a second from the exterior camera. Alright, so let's turn around. So that's Sugarloaf Mountain. Okay, we will follow the runway heading, fly outbound towards that bridge, and then turn around to the bay, take a look around the city, and then we will pass over a cathedral and the city as well, and then come back to Sugarloaf, which is there, and then turn around, fly around the Sugarloaf Mountain, go to Christ the Redeemer. From there, come back down into the city, fly over the city, follow the bridge to cross the sea, and then fly northeast. And then there's an airport away in the distance. It's the Galileo Antonio, which is Sierra Bravo Golf Lima, and we will be landing there. So that's a small sightseeing flight. It will take around probably 35-40 minutes, and we will do what I tried to explain. So we will get on runway 02 left and take off. Right, this should be runway 02 to our left. Let's do this. Yep, that's runway 02. Let's slow it down, and then we will take off from runway 02 and fly around the bay and come back. Moto is asking, amazing terrain, do you have any scenery? Aside from the airport itself, I don't have any custom scenery for this area, Moto. This is just vanilla sim or default Microsoft. Alright, runway 02, we will increase the flaps, we'll just do flaps 10 degrees and increase the throttle, let go of the brakes, and then full throttle. We'll try to maintain the center line. It's a little bit windy, and this is pretty much hand flying the entire flight and trying to control the aircraft. I might turn on the heading mode on the autopilot at some point momentarily, but there we are. 60 knots is the rotate speed of this aircraft, and off we go. Alright. So we can get the flaps in and pull the power back and the mixture a little bit back. Ooh, look at that. That guy is just flying right into me. As I said, this place is getting quite busy at this point. And what I said, that I will fly around and follow the coast and see the bay, and we will turn around for Sugarloaf, but I need to trim and keep climbing a little bit so that we don't run into the sea. Alright, that's too much. Let's control the trim. We have a couple frequencies that I pre-tuned. That's for the ILS, if you want to try to do an ILS landing, but we could be fine with visual too. We'll see. Right, that's the coast, that's the bay, and beautiful place to fly around, to be honest, with a slow aircraft and enjoy GA flying or VFR. So we'll take a right turn momentarily when we follow the you'll follow the coast a little bit and then turn right to get back to Sugarloaf, and the Christ the Redeemer right there we are seeing on our left. City is there, and there's this football stadium. I don't know the name, but you know, South America soccer, it's pretty famous. So let's turn around to our right and try to get back to Sugarloaf. Flying completely, although as I mentioned in the last stream, the gamer tags are ruining the scenery a little bit, so I might go ahead and turn them off because, well, yeah, it's not great to look at the scenery where you have all those gamer tags that blocks the view and prevents you from seeing around. So there is an F-18. Oh. Is that an F-18? I don't know. Sugarloaf should be on our right, so we will turn there eventually, and we will turn slowly to get to Sugarloaf. Let's follow that ship a little bit too, if we are looking for some fun, right? So try to control the pitch by not touching the trim but controlling the throttle, so that when I cut the throttle, aircraft pitches down, and when I increase the throttle, it pitches up. But sometimes you have to ever so slightly adjust the trim too. Yep, there is people around having fun moto flying, so this area is usually super busy because people want to try to fly to the Christ the Redeemer and land there with hovering aircraft like the Halo one or helicopters, so it gets pretty busy around here. So that's the bridge. We'll turn towards Sugarloaf. 152 is super easy to trim, yes, you're right. It's not that hard, and you can pretty much trim it to the point where it stays level, and you just let go of the controls and she's super stable after that. So like you see here, very little movement, and I should be back on completely trimmed and level flight. There you go. As Moto said, very easy to trim. It fluctuates a little bit. Trim is not instantaneous. You need to be patient and give some time, but everything else is great about this aircraft. And the mod is improving this aircraft a lot. So the GP Logistics mod is awesome to have. Alright, that's the Sugarloaf. We need to slightly start climbing because the Christ the Redeemer is around, the altitude is around 2000, so we don't want to hit the mountain face when we are turning towards there, and it gives us a nice view of the statue. So we will trim a little bit and climb like 200-300 feet per minute. I guess, and there is a big, oh, that looks like a fuel or tanker, carries some form of liquid something, maybe fuel, maybe something else. See that? That's the Halo. What's that called? People try to fly with that next to the statue and try to hover and land by the statue with that thing. I've seen that multiple times. Weather is a little bit funky. We have some gusts hitting the airframe and throwing us around, but other than that we should be all fine. Sugarloaf right in front of us, and to the right we should see the Christ the Redeemer right there. We'll turn around Sugarloaf mountain and try to fly towards the statue and take a look at it. Maybe just do a circle around it, maybe not, we'll see. So the good thing about 152 is you can just fly super slow and take a good look around yourself to enjoy VFR. I tried other aircraft just to decide what I should be flying for the stream, and this is by far the best to hand fly and not worry too much about the controls and stability. Yeah, this is a very nice aircraft. And the GP Logistics mod, I highly recommend that. Changes this aircraft significantly. Alright, that's the Sugarloaf Mountain. We are flying around it. There's a nice beach down there. Yep, it is very nice moto. As you said, with the high wing, it is very fun to fly, and it is quite forgiving for your mistakes if you make mistakes when flying this aircraft. So it's really fun to fly in Microsoft Flight Simulator if you like hand flying and do not want to use autopilot. Okay, that's the...
Hello.
Hey, you're here? Right, Moto is here in Discord. Welcome, man.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. I just got in and put all my stuff.
I didn't see anyone else. Mark might be busy. Captain Megazone, I didn't see him as well, and he was not around last week as well, if I remember correctly, so he might be busy or something.
Yeah, like a lot of people are busy with
their
their
summer. I think maybe I should just change the schedule a little bit and do it every 2 weeks so that people can join and enjoy the weekend with their families, because you know, it's being here in front of a computer versus being with your family somewhere warm, enjoying outside or outdoors.
Yeah, I do mean to get back into playing and stuff, but I do have a lot of stuff I'm doing. I'm doing a vacation soon, actually, a camping trip for a week.
Good.
Yeah,
where are you going?
That'll be really fun.
Close?
I'll be going to Prince Edward Island.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'll spend a week on the beach.
I have some big plans too, so I might skip next week for the live stream, because I am trying to book a demo flight with a flight school to start my PPL.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was like I found this place. Let's turn around towards the city. That's the statue. That's the Christ the Redeemer right there. And I forgot my landing light. So I found this flight school who is doing like introductory 1 hour flight lesson, or you know, intro flight with an instructor, which counts towards the hours you need to log to get your PPL. I think it's 40 hours minimum, but you're probably looking for 60-65 hours just to spend more time with an instructor. Maybe I don't know. I just want to go and see. And it wasn't too expensive, so $99 for a 1 hour flight.
That's not bad.
With an instructor. It wasn't too bad, so I'm trying to book and get into their schedule so that I can have a Friday or Saturday, Sunday, one of those days to go there and, you know, fly and see it for myself.
Would this be something you'd film for the channel, maybe, or?
I might just get my, you know, GoPro, attach it to my chest, and then maybe just record the entire thing with a microphone.
Yeah.
Because
it'd be cool.
What they told me is like the instructor will walk me through the pre-flight inspections, and then the checks, and then starting the engines, and they said they actually let you take off. So.
Oh wow.
So we'll
I'm
see.
sure
I'm super
they'll
excited, but I don't have the date yet. But I will record that and see if I can publish that to online for the channel for you guys to see.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yep. Anyway,
I'd like
we'll,
to see the process and see
yeah, the
how it
process,
goes
I
for
was
you.
doing some research. It's not easy. It takes time and dedication, Moto, and
Yep.
a lot of
Oh yeah.
financial resources too. Because,
Yeah, for
well,
sure.
if you do not own an aircraft, for those hours that you need to log and fly with an instructor, guess what? You need to rent.
Yep.
So that is part of the um, process where some people might be super scared about like how expensive it can get, because the aircraft rentals are not cheap. And
Yeah.
not only you are renting the aircraft, but you are also going to pay to the instructor on their
Yep.
hourly rate for a while when you are, flying with them and they are teaching you stuff until your first solo. I think you need to log 20 or 25 hours with an instructor before you can fly solo. So yeah, it is expensive, and I just checked the prices. I think it's around $145-150 for an hour rental
Yeah.
here in Indiana. So, and I have checked different aircraft. These are mostly Cessna 152s and 172s, the most
Yep.
popular, common flight school aircraft that you can see pretty much everywhere.
Around here we have a lot of the flight schools around here use the Diamond 20.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and some Piper PA-44s, and there's
Oh,
one
yeah?
other aircraft. I don't remember the name. Another twin engine.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I have to start a little bit. I have to research a little bit more because, the PPL for a single engine propeller aircraft, is it like for only VFR? Can you do IFR? Do you need to get your instrument rating along with the PPL? Are they together? Are they separate? What is the cost associated with each one? I don't know the answer to those. So those will be the questions I will be asking probably before
Yep.
the intro lesson, flight, whatever. And then I will have a better understanding of, okay, how much do I need to spend? Can I do it like in a year, 2 years, if I just push it just to make it easier to, handle
Yeah.
the financial side of things?
Yep. I think it would be separate, wouldn't it? To get your
I am
instrument
thinking
rating.
instrument rating will be separate. You have to spend. I don't know. It might be. I'm pretty sure there is an exam for that, but I'm not
Yeah.
sure if you need to actually fly or have an instructor teach you how to fly with the instruments as
I
well.
probably would think so. But
That's what
then
I'm
again,
thinking too, without being 100% positive. That's what I am thinking. They would probably make you do.
I would want to fly with an instructor, just to make sure.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
especially if you are renting an aircraft, I think solo will be like super scary, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
So
that's exciting for you, anyways.
yeah, I'll try to get and record this for the channel so that you guys can see. And if they let me to record for publishing online and explaining the process a little bit so that everybody has a little bit more understanding of what is happening around those, that too. But that will depend on their policy and whether I'm allowed to record or not.
Yeah, exactly.
So, alright, I was following the bridge, and we will be flying around like 1,000 feet. So I'm climbing back to 1,000 feet. We were low as 500 or 400 recently. And what we will do is we will follow this bridge, and the road looks like a highway that turns around towards northeast, and then we will follow it towards northeast to reach to our other destination, which is the airport that we are planning to land, Galileo Antonio Hobby International Sierra Bravo Golf Lima. I think that's the major airport in Rio, aside from the Santos Dumont.
This highway is cool, so it must be, oh, they have some sort of toll here.
Yeah, looks like the toll gates, right there.
Yep.
And then it branches off to different directions to get you through the city or whatever.
Like Christ the Redeemer, I was amazed at how they built that up there on that tiny cliff top.
I don't know. Like, I don't know how they did it. But yeah, it's interesting to think about that, right? It's on a hill, and somebody brought equipment and everything up there for that statue to be built. So it's really interesting. But it picks a lot of attention too. People like to fly around it, towards it, just to see it. And it's a pretty good 3D model, to be honest with you, in the sim. It really looks close to the real thing.
That's a lot of religious symbols that are put on top of those big hills. You'll find that here in Quebec a lot, actually.
Oh, really?
If you go to Quebec, if you see any major like hilltop, there's often a cross on top of it, like a big white one or something.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, Falcon is here too. Hey, Falcon. Hey. A little bit late. I was at the gas station. No worries.
Oh, hey, Falcon.
This was going to be a short sightseeing flight anyway, so we'll be probably wrapping this up around 15-20 minutes, and I have to take the kids to a pool party in the neighborhood today, so
I wish I could go to a pool.
Yeah, right?
I was just in the river though, and it was so nice.
I mean, yeah. Any type of water, so pool, river, lake, sea, ocean, I'll take it.
In the ocean from the 8th to the 12th of August. I'm just gonna spend every day I can on the beach.
Yeah, for next week, I don't know. I will let you guys know if there will be a stream or not next week. But I think from Rio we can depart from the airport that we are going to land, and we can cross to Africa using a fast aircraft like the Dark Star or Death Star, Dark Star, whatever it was, Dark Star.
Yeah.
Why did I say Death Star? Death Star is Star Wars, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a big planet.
Yeah, that's the big flying, laser shooting planet that explodes or
throw the bomb down the chute.
Yeah, and we will use one of that to Africa, and then maybe fly around Africa, and that will probably help us to get to Asia. Eventually to Australia, New Zealand, and then we will swing by somehow back to North America, and maybe back to Europe, and we will end this somewhere. It looks like we are at leg 42. If we do another 38 legs, that's roughly like 80 days around the world in 80 days type of thing.
Yep.
So yeah,
interesting concept to see that we've managed to do that.
Yeah, I don't know if we will.
We're not making much progress in this little plane though.
No, not in this one. Yeah,
doing 90 knots.
Not in this one. But the airport, or we are planning to land, is like right over there somewhere in the distance at that small piece of land, and we need to probably turn towards north to intercept the localizer. So that's what I am doing right now, and we will eventually turn the autopilot's approach mode to see if JP Logistics have done a decent job with the autopilot coding, and if it can shoot an LS. Looks like it is. Are both nav radios. By the way, I'm a huge fan of these steam gauges, especially these nav displays. I love it. I don't like the digital ones, man. I mean, this looks so cool, and that's probably why I am probably going to end up getting the steam gauge overhaul for the 350 King Air 350, not the Caravan. I'm not gonna get the Caravan one. I think I'm gonna wait until they release the King Air, because I want a turboprop with steam gauges so bad that I will probably get it.
Yeah, it's always fun to use those. I find it a little more challenging.
It's not the steam gauges too. They are also adding some, functions that we might not see in the default one. Let's turn on the approach mode, and the aircraft should capture the localizer.
Oh, really?
And that localizer was what, 273. So that should be, is it 273, 278? It should be 278, which this is 278 right here, and that's the airport. So that should be the final approach course, if I'm remembering this correctly. Yep, 278. I was remembering correctly. So, and we should see the glide slope coming down as well as we get closer. So yeah, what I was saying.
Yeah, King Air
350. They have, like the Caravan, I have working circuit breakers, working steam gauges, and engine gauges are steam gauges too. So, and looking for the King Air to come with the same setup, and after seeing it, maybe some reviews on YouTube, I might go ahead and grab it for just fun,
Yeah, and might bring some functionality to that King Air.
And the other thing is, like, these guys were able to animate the doors, right? This aircraft is opening doors and whatnot.
And windows.
So I hope they do that for the King Air too, like opening doors, at least cargo compartments, whatever, just a little bit. Because missing that makes it like missing that makes it a little bit not so fun, I guess, or not realistic.
Yeah, it kind of puts you in a... It's just more interesting to be able to do that stuff.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoy this this 152 with
the
that
152.
mod.
This is like super nice. Everybody needs to fly this aircraft, I'm telling you.
It's got the DME equipment in it now.
Yep, it has the DME, it has the autopilot.
Yep.
And there we go, we captured the glide slope, flaps going 15 or 10 degrees at this point. We'll go 20 degrees and then 30 degrees eventually, but I'm trying to slow the aircraft down by cutting the throttle. Mixture is full rich. And really this was like a short VFR. We can do a touchdown and swing by and try to do a circuit and land just to see the scenery around this side of the town. So like so. And I keep turning on I keep forgetting to turn on the head tracking to look around from the cockpit to see this beautiful view below us.
I actually found this aircraft too to be like the easiest to do like an actual circuit in the sim.
Oh yeah, because of how slow it can fly.
Yeah, and it just seems controllable. And you could do like a perfect circuit each time.
Yep. So slowing down to 70 knots. Do I have the Trek AR5? Falcon, yes, but this is not Trek AR. This is the Tobii eye tracker. Like if I look steady and if I only move my eyes, I'm just looking around with my eyes only right now. My head is stable. Alright, we are getting there.
It's be working pretty good actually.
It's the only thing I am not happy is like there is no Z-axis. So what I mean by that is if you lean back and forth, there is no zoom to get closer to the gauges where Trek AR does have it. I hope they will get something like this into let me just turn off the autopilot. Maybe in the future of their updates they will get something so that they give the zoom, because I would like to like lean forward and get a little bit closer to the gauges.
Yeah, I like that with my track AR, but yeah, yours just so seems works. To be fussy.
This thing, the only benefit between track AR and this one, being able to look around with your eyes without moving your head and focusing on the gauges. 2, not needing to wear anything on your head for head tracking to work. It requires some getting used to, and I'm still like not feeling super comfortable to use this during streams, because that will make probably people motion sick when I'm trying to look to the other screen to see the chat or Discord and trying to fly here. It's not ideal, I guess, to have track AR or head tracking in live stream. Alright, we are coming down. Are we still a little bit high? Looks like it. We will eventually touch down gently. There we go. There we go. Okay. And we can just bring the flaps in and exit through this taxiway. Can turn off the landing lights and strobes. Taxi lights on. Flaps are in. Let's go. We need to find a parking spot now.
We should do a live.
Will I do a live VETSIM flight? Yes, Falcon, I thought about it, but usually by the time I am ready to fly, there are no controllers online.
Yeah,
that's the issue with trying to fly on VETSIM. But I'd like to do it one day.
There's a few that are usually always on, or pretty much always on.
What was that? There is a center. Auckland Center is usually online. If you do a
Boston.
Seattle to Los Angeles, that Boston Center is online too most of the time. But if you do a like Seattle to Los Angeles, we'll probably be able to find someone online.
Yeah.
It would be nice to do. I mean, I need to get back to VETSIM and fly and feel a little bit more realism, because without the ATC, it really is not complete.
I was trying to look.
Are you checking who is online or online sending the controllers?
Yeah, I'll see which ones. Right now, LA is on. Boston's on, as always. Halifax is on.
Okay, so...
But for centers, yeah, Boston's, I find, always on pretty much all the time. We actually have a lot of coverage in, around Jamaica and all those islands.
We can do a South America, North America flight on VETSIM on one of these days at the same time. If the controller is online, yeah, sure, why not? Let's try it sometime when we have a flight plan from A to B with a controller.
Yeah, and I find even with like a smaller aircraft, maybe going from New York to, I don't know, somewhere in Maine or something.
New York
It's
to
usually,
Boston is
and
a short distance, but I don't know. You need a proper aircraft for that, I guess,
yeah,
to make it work.
but you'd have ATC the whole time. It'd be fun.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that sounds nice. Yeah, we might try it one day. Let me
I
look
gotta
into
get
that.
back in.
Let me look into that. I need to get back to Watson, especially if after that intro lesson, if I decide to keep going to get my PPL, that's a good practice, I guess.
Yeah, it can
Uh,
kind of.
for communication purposes, not saying if you fly in a flight sim, you will
Yeah,
be super advantage. You will get a super advantage on your PPL. Well, that's not the case. Yes, knowing things here and there will be probably helpful, but there's a difference between real life and a simulator. So
yeah.
we'll see. We'll see about that. I will shortly figure that out when I have that intro lesson scheduled.
I think the. I think it'll be a good. It's a good practice to like get used to talking to people mostly.
Yeah, at least just
Just to
talking to the instructor and maybe just learning what to expect if you decide to do this.
yeah.
That's the huge part for me. So there should be a terminal somewhere here.
Quite a slope.
I will park somewhere on the left side. Looks like our left is a... Yeah, there are some aircraft there. Looks like we don't have a building. We have some posts or pillars, but there is no terminal building, or I don't know. Well, anyway, we'll just
Right
take
here seems a
Lima,
little.
Lima 1 on the left and look at the slope of that taxiway. Oh,
Whoop.
wow. All right, there's the terminal building. Okay, I was wrong. This is like an off-road course, though. You would probably
Yeah.
need a 4x4 instead of an aircraft to taxi around this place.
Good thing we have the 152. It's the most versatile aircraft ever made.
Yeah, right. Is it like a 4x4? Does it have a
No,
like
not
four
at
high,
all.
four low? Uh, what was it? Differential locking differential, or
Yeah.
limited slip differential, so that you don't get stuck in taxiway
Yeah.
ways. All right, I will probably park next to that CJ4. Looks like it, right? Yeah,
Sort of.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll just park here. I knew this was going to be a short one, but I intentionally wanted to make it short so that I can take the kids to the pool party before it's over.
Yeah.
So stop right there. And then next week, I'll I'll probably publish or post something on Discord on ideas and see if we wanna take a faster aircraft and go to Africa, or if you wanna stick around South America for a little bit longer and then eventually make it to Africa. We will figure that out.
Yep.
Anyway, guys, yeah, short stream today, but so be it. Uh, really fun aircraft here.
Yeah.
Try 152 with the GP Logistics mod. You will love this aircraft. It's really fun to fly.
Yeah, I always use it as a quick tripper, especially when I was on VATSIM and
Yeah,
the Moncton Center be online. I'd fly from Fredericton to Moncton and back just to
that's
use their controller and
that's a
talk to
nice
them.
idea. That's a really nice idea. That's a really good idea to, get onto VATSIM with something that is easier to fly and control and does at least like you mentioned, doing a circuit with this thing.
Yeah,
So
and I would put myself through a few scenarios like requesting flight followings in the air
oh yeah, or
or
requesting a VFR from A to B, right?
yeah,
Departing
or
towards a
request
certain destination or direction on the runway, like departing south, departing northeast, whatever. Practicing those phrases and having a real person on the other end of the line is great to have. Yep.
another interesting situation is requesting an IFR from an untowered airport too. So that's like you
Ah,
call up the
yeah.
center and then ask them, and then they will hand you off to advisory for that airport, and then you announce and you take off, and then you connect with them again.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's a lot of stuff to look into, and it really just
Yeah, I
tests
need to
how
get
you
back on
can.
VATSIM. I need to. I'm super rusty. I need to, you know,
Yeah,
get back to VATSIM and get that going one more time.
it's a lot of fun.
But yeah, for today, guys, I think this is going to be it before it's too late to take the kids out there. As I
Yep.
said, I intentionally made this a short stream, but next week you will see if I by Wednesday if I publish the stream schedule, that means there is a stream, or I might skip if I end up organizing that intro lesson with the flight school
Yeah.
next weekend. I might skip the live stream and maybe record that if they let me or if they allow me to record that experience and maybe publish that as a substitute to the live stream so that you guys can at least watch and see the flight schools in the US and what they require, and how much it is and what's the expense and whatnot. But I really want to give it a try, and if it's something that I can afford, I really want to get started on my PPL.
Yeah. That's awesome for you, and wish you luck.
Thank you. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I guess that's a short stream today, but I'll see you guys next week. Oh, Alexis. Yeah, we were just wrapping up. How are you? Okay. Have a good weekend, Moto. As I said, maybe next week, maybe the week after, we will meet again. But yeah, take care, guys. Yeah, enjoy your weekend. Alexis, we will meet sometime next week again or the week after. Next week, I have some plans. If those plans turn into reality, we might skip a week and then meet the week after. But I'll be around here. So take care, guys. Talk to you later.